Flaring your elbows is a crucial part in being as effective as possible on the bench press. I've acquired the knowledge how to properly flare from many world-level lifters such as Matt Vena, Julius Maddox, and Brazos Valley Strength, and this has helped me achieve the state record bench in Colorado. So flaring is crucial on the bench press, but you do not want to flare on the concentric as much. I'll talk about how grip width influences this later so you could customize it to yourself, but in general, we don't want to flare as much on the concentric. So what are we trying to achieve by flaring our elbows? Once your back is arched and your scapula is retracted, your center of mass is on your shoulders on the bench press. We want to bench press with the bar in line with that center of mass, and we want to achieve the shortest moment arm, and flaring your elbows will help achieve both of these. Properly implementing this technique will increase your bench press by 10 to 20%. There are two components to the moment arm, the horizontal and the vertical. Horizontal is determined by grip width, and vertical is determined by your tuck of the elbows. Pay attention to the hypotenuse of the triangle I'm showing on the screen. We are trying to get that as short as possible, and notice whenever I flare my elbows, it becomes short as possible because the vertical component is practically removed. By utilizing this leverage, we could use the pecs, shoulders, and triceps to their peak potential, but as I stated earlier, you don't want to flare them as much on the eccentric. So you may be wondering, why is that? There are two reasons. The first is we want to cut range of motion as much as possible, and this tucked elbow position allows us to bring it to the peak of our sternum. The second reason is because if we flare at the bottom, it could create too much elbow flexion, making the triceps a limiting factor. The triceps are responsible for elbow flexion, while the chest is responsible for bringing the arms together. This is where grip width plays a role. The amount of elbow tuck should vary depending on your grip width. Let's consider a close grip with your pinky on the ring and a wide grip with your pointer finger on the ring. With a close grip, you want to tuck your elbows more and flare backwards more aggressively because there's a further range of motion the bar has to travel to get to the optimal point for maximal pressing power. With a wider grip bench, elbow flexion isn't a limiting factor, so you want to tuck your elbows as little as possible while still hitting the peak of your sternum, so you don't have to move the bar backwards and leak as much power. As soon as you press, you want to bring those elbows backwards, so to make it as effective as possible, have your elbows behind the bar, and then as you press and get to the optimal point, you want to switch to having the elbows underneath the bar. When executed properly, this creates the J-path look. If this video helped you, like, subscribe, and comment. It helps me get videos out more often to help you.